Why I quit Iontophoresis after 5 years? The answer is simple. I was tired of being a slave. Look at me. I'm not some doctor. I'm not a salesman. I am a guy who have spent 5 years, that's over 1800 days stuck in a chair shocking myself so that I could feel like a normal human being for the next 48 hours. I know where you are exactly right now. You have got your hands on those trays. You are feeling that sting in your wrist. You are staring at the clock, waiting for the timer to beep so you could finally go out and pretend to be a man. I did the same exact thing. And I'm here to tell you, I was living a lie. I had this cycle. On the days I was dry, I was the loudest guy in the room. I was giving handshakes, high fiving, and acting like a king. But the days the sweat broke through, I was a ghost. If I would see someone coming down the hallway just to say hello, I would literally switch lanes. I would turn a corner just to avoid that handshake. And you know what was the problem? My confidence didn't come from my character. It came from a wall outlet. Means that if the machine didn't work, I was a coward. I was living my life like I had women's period. One week I'm fine, and the next week I'm hiding in my room because I'm leaking. You could probably relate to this. Maybe you are this right now. Maybe you are on your periods right now. Now, before we go any further, let me be clear. I didn't quit iontophoresis because I wanted to be sweaty. I hate the sweat. It's a nightmare. I quit iontophoresis because I realized that I was being a slave to the wall outlet, wasting my precious time treating only the sweat and completely ignoring the root cause, ignoring the man. Because on the days I was completely dry, on the days I was bone dry, I still acted like a scared kid. Now I'm going to show you how I broke those chains and killed the ghost without relying on Dermadry, Intocure, or any Intophoresis out there. Let's start with the trap. Think about the reality of that setup. You are sitting there, paralyzed, because you can't even move your hands, you can't even answer your phone. You are literally a prisoner to the process. I remember I was in my living room doing the sessions, and although I was a grown man, but I had to call my mother every single time into the room just to turn a knob for me. Because if I ever try to do it by myself, and if I ever try to pull out a hand, the shock would hit me so hard that I won't even think about doing that. Now, I want you to think about the weight of that. Because on one side, I wanted to be a leader, but my reality was I couldn't even finish a medical session without relying on others. And one day, something crazy happened. As I was doing my treatment, a family friend walked in. She wasn't supposed to be there, but she saw me tethered to the machine like a lab rat. She didn't laugh, she didn't mock me. She just looked at me with a pure, gut wrenching shame. And you know what I did? I sat there looking at her, swallowing that look because I was too busy being dry to actually be a man. In her eyes, I wasn't a man anymore. I was a case. And that was the trade I was making. My dignity for a few hours of dry palms. And you think being dry fixes you? You think once the session is over, you are suddenly a man? Let me tell you a story that will open your eyes forever. Just few years back, I was on a date with this girl and everything was going really good. We got to the point where things were getting intense and we started kissing. While I was kissing this girl, my hand started to sweat so bad that they turned into an icy cold. And you know what happened next? While her eyes were closed, I was keep wiping my palms on my pants instead of touching her. That night, I couldn't touch her because I was too terrified. What if she finds out the reality of my skin? What would she think about me? Just imagine yourself. You are in this situation. You are kissing a girl, and while you are kissing, you are just keep wiping your palms on your pants. Now, how would it make you feel? Will you feel like a man? I don't think so. Now, that is the bigger problem. You can buy all the machines in the world. You can even sit in the trays every night for an hour. But if you are still wiping your hands on your jeans while you are kissing a woman, you aren't free, my friend. You are a prisoner who have just learned how to hide his chains for a few moments. That same night, I realized the machine couldn't save my dignity. It was a fake fix. But when I looked at the bigger picture, I realized it is doing something even worse. It's stealing my life. Ask yourself right now, while looking at your hands in that water, and be honest, do you actually enjoy this? Do you enjoy sitting there, shocking yourself for 50 minutes 3 times per week? Do you enjoy the feeling of being an appliance that has to be plugged in order to function as a normal human being? Ask yourself. Because for 5 years, I gave that machine 150 minutes a week. That's over 10 hours a month and over 600 hours of my prime years spent on staring a wall, waiting for a timer to beep so just I could feel like a normal human being. And you know what I wasn't doing those 600 hours? I wasn't at the gym. I wasn't building a body I was proud of. I was skinny fat. I was soft. I was weak. Because I only had some time which I had decided to put into these sessions. Maybe for you, it's not the gym, it's your business, it's your craft, or it's your family time. Whatever it is, just know that the machine is the thief here. I realized that I was choosing to be a patient instead of a king. I was choosing to manage a weakness instead of building a strength. I was trading my years for the permission to shake a hand while the rest of the world was out there taking what they wanted. And that is the trade that you are making as well. While you think you are treating the sweat, no, you are just feeding the ghost, the version of you that is scared to exist without a wall outlet. I quit Iontophoresis because I realized that the ghost has to die for the king to live. Again, let me be clear. I didn't stop treating the sweat. I am a man who demands to be dry, and you should too. But I stopped letting the treatment own me, and I started paying the hyperhidrosis tax. The hyperhidrosis tax is the only way to be dry, dominant, and free at the same time. It's a difference between being a lifelong patient and becoming a king. Treat the sweat, but more importantly, treat the root cause. Treat the man. Start paying the hyperhidrosis tax. And if you want to learn more about it, click this video. I'll see you right there.